complicated situation and I need some help. I have been married to my wife for a very long time and would not want any other wife other than the one I have. I took a new job during the pandemic to get us in a better financial situation, and I'm making a lot of money now. And my wife has had the relief that she's has always needed. The issue is not my job, is that my job requires me to spend a significant amount of time traveling. And I have fallen in love with a woman I work with closely. She helped me tremendously with my projects at work, and things just happen to organically and happen organically and unexpected. She has a great husband at home, and I have an amazing wife. But we both have these strong feelings for each other, and now, and now and again, yes, we have been intimate.
Oh, they done busted down.
Our spouses would be crushed if they found out, and I am hurting just trying to figure this all out. My wife doesn't make me feel the way that this woman makes me feel, and it's hard to explain. This woman and I organically mesh on all levels, mind, body, and spirit. We talk for hours, and she is interested in everything about me. Now, my wife is blameless in this because she has not done anything wrong and is starting to sense that our connection and bond is fading away. You know, women, we sense some stuff. Plus, the woman that I'm falling in love with is starting to say that she's ready to leave her husband for me and wants me to tell my wife the same thing. And I'm not ready to do that and destroy my family life. And I really do love my wife, but this would have never happened had I not taken the job that requires me to spend so much time alone with this other woman. I don't advise this of any man or any woman in a marriage. Keep your spouse with you as much as possible whenever you're outside of the home. Too late for me now, though, and I need help figuring out what to do and how I've messed up, and I don't want to hurt my wife's heart. What's your thoughts?
Okay. It's a lot to unpack. That's a lot. But I will say this, though. Keeping somebody close to you, around you, traveling with you, doesn't keep the relationship in tow. What happens is all of these things are mental, right? A relationship is a mental attachment, even in sex. That's why when you don't like somebody no more, you don't think the penis or the coochie is as good as it was when you was in love. It's the same penis and the same coochie. And what the problem is that sex is mental. Mm-hmm. So now this person right
Even
here.
for men?
Oh, yeah, sex is mental when you mature as a man. When
Okay.
you're a boy, sex is sex. When you're a man, sex is mental. And so it's a little different for a man than a boy, right? You have grown boys, then they still want to just hump on something and go. Well, that's a boy. He's 50, 60 years old, hanging out in the club trying to hump on a youngin'. Well, that's not the same as a man. So a man, sex is mental. Sometimes it's so mental that your penis won't get hard if you're not attracted to that person on a certain level. And so I say that to say this young lady right here, phone's on silent, all right, Brito. You owe me $20. I'm coming to get it. And you got Michael Jackson on the damn ring. What the hell? You could at least have Moneybag Yo or somebody on there, man. What? So anyway, I do think that it's a mental detachment is what I'm seeing, right? Because keeping them around you doesn't attach you to them. It just gives you comfort at the moment. You have to be mentally involved with a person in order to enjoy them as company. And I don't think that they're mentally attached anymore is what the problem is. So now,
So you think that happened before? I think it happened. I think he let his guard down. I think he.
How so?
I think he got comfortable, and you have to be careful and not comfortable. That's what went wrong. He got too comfortable, and he let his guard down. And when you let that guard down and you let those boundaries, you cross those, what we just talked about, you cross those boundaries, that's when you start drawing out the lines. And you start going out of the lines. He knew, here's the thing. One of the questions this pastor asked me years ago, they said, how you stay in the beauty industry so long and not get hooked on drugs? And I said, what are the things is I know how to go back to my room. I go to my room. It's time to go home. Vernon and I, we travel together for years. He's getting ready to come up. He'll tell you, we go back to our room. We don't do a lot of fraternizing. We may go out to eat, and then after that, if it's just me and Vernon, that's cool. But you talking about like all the other extra stuff, you gotta learn when to go back to your room. You gotta say the night's over, night night, good night everybody, and everybody the band don't need to know you going to your room. That's you done did too much. You doing too much fraternizing. I slip out and I go back to my room. He should have went back to his room and not invited her in his room.
Well, it was something mentally missing in his relationship. The detachment in his relationship, it doesn't have to have, you can have sex with somebody every day and don't be mentally attached to them, right? And the problem is you just going through the formality. The mental attachment is what makes you close to somebody, not the sex. And so for her, I don't think they're attached enough mentally for it to be a bond. And so that's what's missing, the bond of the relationship. So they're just, he just basically just, I don't think that if they had a closeness mentally, you would have to keep somebody under you all day. You can be distant from somebody if you mentally attached to them. They could live in another city. And if you mentally attached to them, they'd keep that box tight.
Y'all gonna keep that box tight. If your man ain't close, you better keep that box tight.
It ain't just about you having sex with somebody. Every time you lay that down with a woman or a man, you enter in another spirit realm. So they attach themselves to you. So everybody you sleep with, you slept with the past ones. And so you got to not have so many bodies involved with that part. It's not just the fact that the mileage is real, right? And so, don't nobody want a high mileage ass car.
They call it DOA?
I don't care what kind of car you get. You don't want the damn car to have high ass miles, right?
They call it DOA. That's,
yeah.
I can't say
what is it called?
Okay. DOA.
Okay, I don't know.
Say the word.
You tell me. You say it.
You
say it, Kim.
No.
Okay.
Don't make the pastor say what DOA
Come on, Pastor.
means.
Tell me what it is, Pastor.
It means ding-a-ling over age. You got more of that than your age.
And so that's not true. That's what you got to not do, right? And so mileage is important. A lot of people say, well, I'm single. Does that mean you had to have 8 partners a week because you're single? What about your moral principles and character? Mm-hmm. What about who you stand for when ain't nobody looking at your ass? Mm-hmm. And so that's when you know where your character at. You dig?
Well.
So what should a guy do?
As far as?
Should he tell his wife or should he continue in the relationship? Because this woman now is ready to leave her husband. I mean, this man is ready to leave his wife. No. The woman is ready to leave her husband.
Right.
So, and he's not ready to leave his wife, so he get ready to get into a mess. And he got a mess on his hands, y'all.
Well, what happened is he put this on her real good. And so now
was it good or was it different?
It was different, and it was good and different. And so what happened was she been with him, and he didn't have all of the attributes that this person has, and she tapped into something new. And if she was mentally attached to the husband or boyfriend or whatever he is, she wouldn't have experimented with him. She would have been too mentally attached to what she has.
Right.
But because she's mentally detached from him, she's looking for a new outlet. And when she ran across this outlet, he had this right here good. And then whatever was missing in her house plus this right here, then she's straying. And so it's hard to get her back after that. So it's kind of like
So do you take her back? Like, what you take him back?
You talking to me?
No, I ain't talking to you.
Oh, I know you ain't
I ain't talking
to
you. I know my brother. Do you take them back? You take them back after you know they've had a mental. Because here's the thing: when it's a physical thing and you slip up, that's one thing. But when he said he here.
That's different.
That's
when you mentally attached, then you really there.
Yeah.
So even men are a little different because we're not as emotional. So a lot of times a man can have sex without the mental attachment. But once he's mentally attached, then you lost him. Because this a mental attachment along with good sex. You can't compete with that because you can do whatever you want. A lot of women think that if I give him good head and good sex, that he's going to stay here and be locked in with me. Not if he's not mentally attached to you.
Tell
he's
him,
not
teach him.
Stay there with you.
Teach him.
That's just good sex and good head. That's all it is.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there we have it. So we have a commercial break coming up next.
Yep.
Got a commercial break coming up next. Come on, let's clap it out.
Yeah, y'all having a good time? All right, we'll be right back after this commercial break.
After this.
Spotlight over the city.
And would it be right if I ain't come to